opportunity to go into this industry. What next? Allow our sons and daughters grow up aspiring to become sex workers and teach them that it is okay to service their bodies? Absolutely not.
This is a perfect example of a typical moral panic scenario. The probability that the number of prostitutes roaming the streets will significantly increase as a direct result of decriminalizing sex work is very low. This is mainly due to the fact that sex workers have no intention of jeopardizing society by infiltrating streets, but to safely make a decent living. It may, however, increase the amount of people willing to go into the industry, as the law is no longer restricting them to do so. But this should not be the main reason to criminalize acts crucial for effective and safe prostitution. People should be able to do what they want with their bodies, whether it is get tattoos, piercings, plastic surgery, or using it for sexual services in exchange for money. Wow, those were some very compelling arguments made by both parties. Unfortunately, we are nearing the end of our show, so I shall give you both 1 minute to prepare your closing statements.
Prostitution is often described as the world's oldest profession. However, it has no relevant place in modern society with all its detrimental societal, pathological, and psychological ramifications, which denigrate the very foundation on which our country stands. If the Canadian government decides to decriminalize sex work, it will be authorizing the continuation and possible increase of violence against women, exploitation of workers, and corruption of communities. Furthermore, it will be taking a step backwards in the promotion and advancement of women's equality. This industry needs to be abolished, and Sections 210 and 211, Body House, 212, Procurement, and 213, Communication, in the Criminal Code of Canada will help reach this goal, in turn leading to the betterment of society as a whole. Thank you.
Sex work is a profession that, although legal in Canada, forces workers to work in unsafe environments, prevents effective negotiation and solicitation of services, increases risk of violence against women, due to Sections 210, 211, 212, and 213 of the Criminal Code of Canada. This inherent contradiction must be dealt with immediately in order to prevent further harm to sex workers and allow them to greater economic stability. This trade may never be socially, morally, or ethically accepted in society as a true labor profession, but that does not give the Canadian government the right to jeopardize the well-being of workers in this industry for the purposes of not degrading society as a whole. Following the efforts of countries like the Netherlands and Australia will significantly improve the lives of sex workers physically, economically, and psychologically, which is the real issue at hand. Thank you to both our debaters tonight. They gave us quite the handful to think about. This brings us to the end of our show. See you next week on Canadians versus the Government. Stay classy,